Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Nellie let the driver go and got behind the wheel herself. Changing activities has always helped her deal with stress, and today the stress was even less. Her team's partners, who were blessed by several previous months, unexpectedly refused to sign the long-awaited contract. Childhood friend. She took out all her brain with her complaints to her stupid husband and conclusions that they are all men, egoists, and bastards. And her constant assistant, lawyer, and almost a companion of Gosha, wrote a statement about leaving. Did they all agree? At home, Nellie took a shower and fell asleep, hoping to sleep soundly. But in the dark of the bedroom, suddenly he lit himself up and began to vibrate his phone. Gosha called. Nellie Mikhailovna, I have a business to discuss with you. Would you like to take my place of the Czech person? My friend Andrei is a very smart specialist. According to Gosha's official tone, Nellie understood. The smart specialist is obviously somewhere near him. And because he did not try to make an old friend feel like when we were together, Georgie Nadinovic went to you. She coughed aside and answered in a low voice. Please, let her come to the office tomorrow for an interview. Nellie turned her back and sat down on a smooth ceiling mirror. Well done, Gosha. You still haven't slept. What a trap. She grumbled. Now, to get ready for sleep, you had to relax somehow. But thoughts poured into her tired head, and more prompted to do something. Finally, she got up. She walked to the bar and poured a cognac. The hot wave slightly burned her throat, but then it spread through the food and the adjacent fabric, pleasing the drunken warmth. Oh, that's what you need, Nellie thought, and poured a little more. Then, taking a glass, she went to the balcony and sat down in a woven chair. The nights became cool, so she had to go back to the bedroom behind the bed. So she fell asleep, wrapped in a blanket in a dacha chair on the balcony. The morning, as always, began with calls. Nellie answered them with a. Gosha, used to the utmost accuracy of the boss, met her with an offended smile. Nellie Mikhailovna, we have been waiting for you. She silently walked to her, leaving the door open. The men entered the house. Meet Andrei Zavadsky. I recommend how. Georgie Nadinovic. Could you wait in the reception room? Nellie broke him. Gosha silently left. She put on glasses and began to look through Andrei's documents from time to time, looking at him himself. He was clearly younger than Gosha and did not look like an experienced specialist, as recommended by his friend. Having felt the business of people under close supervision, the young lawyer blushed. But that's the way it is. Green still, 3 years younger than me. The experience of working is small, and not in the companies, Nellie stated. Closing the documents and the resume. She was about to refuse her friend's friend, when suddenly Andrei got the courage and said in a beautiful male voice, You don't see that I look like a student. Nellie Mikhailovna, I just entered university early as a year-old boy. She got up from the table and came up to him. You're such a young man, wonderkid. Well, yes, in school, the botanists were jostling. Andrei smiled. Although I'm not a specialist in plants. Nellie looked at the reception and gave the secretary an order. Prepare the appointment order for duty. Andrew actually found himself in a rare situation. He quickly got into the company's affairs, put the documentation in order, and began to develop a new contract with his partners. Nellie watched over his confident work and never stopped to be surprised. How in such a cute, handsome boy a powerful business grip and high academic intelligence fit in. Soon a new lawyer had quite tangible achievements. All the deals he accompanied ended under the signing of the contracts. The court burden with clients ended with minimal losses for the company. It seemed that his presence in the firm's staff contributed to its growth and prosperity. Nellie was often thinking that if Andrei was older than her, or at least more equal, she would definitely fall in love with him. And she didn't even think about his feelings. Andrei literally worshipped the boss with all his behavior, making her understand that he was ready for anything for her. But Nellie thought it was because he felt grateful to me for taking him to work. Of course, he loves me, but no more than a first grader to his teacher. One day, they went to another train conversation. As it turned out, Andrei did not carry planes, so the boss went to meet him and agreed to go to his. Although we will sleep under the knock of the wheels, she joked when the guide showed them the places. After dinner, Andrei said that he would work a little more, and Nellie turning on the audiobook, turned to the hammer under the white sheet. The knock of the wheels really quickly knocked her over, and she once again did not listen to her lady's novel. Andrew carefully pulled out his earphone and put it on the shelf with the phone. He did not sleep. Nellie's sleep breathing made his heart beat faster than the train wheels. The thin smell of her spirit surrounded his head. The brain was saying, but the hands, as if by themselves, opened and softly walked through the fingers along the spine of the boss, from the neck to the area of the sacrum. Nellie suddenly woke up and turned her surprised face to him. "Andre, what are you doing? Just don't swear, but I can't do it anymore." It rained outside the window in the morning. The smell of aromatic tea spread all over the wagon, and Nellie and Andre were sitting in a hug and dreaming. More precisely, Andre voiced his dreams, and Nellie listened to them as if they were the fantasies of a child. "Let's leave this country to some paradise place," he persuaded. "I don't like our endless winters. I've always dreamed of living in the South." Nellie objected. "And what about our company? Can you imagine how many people we will bring? How many will have to look for a new place? No, is this a problem? We can leave a normal driver who will do things no worse than us." "But I don't know a normal driver. I barely found a normal lawyer, and he wants to run away too." She got up, smelled the road cold, and went into the carriage corridor. Several passengers stood by the windows. Nellie suddenly felt captured on the net, and this feeling intensified when she thought that she had to return to the coupe. The unexpected closeness with Andre scared her. Of course, he is handsome, a pleasant lover, and an interesting interlocutor, but is he really so in love with her as he said that night? Or is he in such a cunning way, wants to realize his dream? Live in a warm country? Nellie did not have an answer. After the night with the boss, Andre became unbearable. Every time he entered Nellie Mikhailovna's office, he hugged, kissed, and in every way denied his love. And then the feeling was created as if a duck was circling around her. She tried to seduce him, insisting that at work he should abstain from the caress of tenderness. But the love cat objected. "Didn't you notice that I behave decently when I'm with strangers? And when we're alone, why not? What if someone comes in? Who will come in if you have such a server in front of your door?" Under the server, Andre implied a secretariat for Nellie, a quite charming woman about years old, who didn't let anyone into the office without warning. Yes, from an obedient boy. There was no trace of the boss's team ready to execute the first click. However, he was right. Andre did not show any symptoms of their closeness to people. But every day, he demanded Nellie to answer his proposal to marry. She could not imagine herself as his wife. It seemed to her that even the appearance of the Metsalian was too obvious. But Andre did not listen to the objection, and threatened to marry her by Caucasian custom with the kidnapping of his bride. Nellie laughed happily, but seeing his eyes burning, she began to doubt that this was a joke, so she tried to keep promises that they would definitely marry as soon as the company finally got out of the crisis. She more and more recalled the beautiful care of her first husband, who was a master of making a lot of amazing surprises. However, he later became an ordinary. Where would his love for love go then? The thought that came to him with a spark began to grow into a big flame. Yes, you need to check him out. He is too smooth, and his eyes shine too much. I want to meet my parents. Okay, he will get to know me. Nellie decided to act. She asked the secretary to print a form to the partner's company and file a complaint. The partners allegedly received the product, which turned out to be of poor quality, according to the contract. Therefore, they're going to return the product back to the court. The cargo is allegedly to be transferred to Nellie's company. The court's costs are the same. The experienced secretary did not ask why the boss needed such an adventure, although she suspected that it was somehow connected with Andre. Having done a great deed, she brought the paper to the office. "What now, Nellie Mikhailovna?" "Now we will wait," she answered and dialed the lawyer's number. Andre appeared instantly. Moreover, Nellie spoke to him in a rather dry tone. He ran and read the document to him and asked, "And what does it mean? Does it mean that my dear fiancé is ruined?" Andre looked at her face. Are they joking? Nellie was serious as ever. Andre sat down without invitation. Listen, that's great. Now there will be no miscellaneous. You are now a ruined business lady, and I am a loyal lawyer. Don't worry, we won't starve. Andre, Nellie was angry. Don't you understand? It's my life's business. You could say, child will go to hell, and you'll be happy. While you're panicking with your child, you won't have time to give birth to your real children, said the disobedient lawyer. All is decided. This weekend we're going to meet my parents, and tomorrow we will submit a statement to the registry office. Andre left. Anelia crumpled an effective claim and threw it in the basket. How dare he raise his voice at her boy? She didn't have time to go bankrupt, as he considered himself her master. But wait, you'll regret it, she thought. Nellie was running around the office nervously, completely clueless what to do, how to teach this scoundrel wunderkind. After rewinding in her memory all the love stories that she had read in books and watched in the movies, Nellie made a decision. On Saturday, at the appointed time, Andre drove up to her to take her to her parents. Seeing Nellie, the young man barely missed a word. She dressed up as a hipster or a tramp. She had torn jeans on her knees and gray sneakers. Did she find them on the dumpster? Andre thought. Short black top and a large, not-so-sized, knitted shirt. Her hair was pulled into an awkward bunch. I didn't understand what kind of a masquerade now. Nothing serious. I just want to match the image of a broken businessman. Nellie Mikhailovna replied with a bitter smile. I didn't know you were such a crazy person. He smiled with a shy smile and opened the door to the car. When they arrived at the house of the Zavadsky family, Andre asked Nellie to sit in the car, and he wanted to warn the parents that we had arrived. He grumbled. But then someone knocked on the car window. It was a gypsy, one of those who clings to passers-by, with the offer to guess. Come by. I have no money for guessing, said Nell. But the guesser as if she had not heard. She looked at her carefully and threatened her with her finger. Don't even think. What is it? Something clung. Nell was irritated and waved, but the gypsy began to speak. I see, my beauty. You've thought up a bad thing. You want to offend the respected people. Only I'm warning you. If you insult Oleg Vitalievich, I'll curse you. You will be in pain all your life. Who are you? Nellie couldn't take it and left the car. Why did you take it that I want to insult someone? I don't even know who Oleg Vitalievich is. The gypsy again threatened with a finger. You don't know? Oleg Vitalievich is a world, so I'm protecting him from any trouble. So I warn you not to even think. Definitely feel something. Maybe Olga Vasilyevna, a late child. As if she had read her thoughts. The former children were all dying, and this one survived. So they're not in love with him. Such a smart, such a modest boy. He never allowed anything bad to himself. And even he never had a girlfriend. Where did you come from? Nellie grabbed her head. Oh my God! What have I done? How will I show myself in such a form before the decent and probably old people? And why did I set Andre up like that? It turns out that I am the first woman in his life, and I behave like the last fool. At that moment, Andre opened the gate into the yard and got behind the wheel. Let's go, they're waiting for us. Nellie didn't want to get back. Andre, I'm sorry, I thought about it. I wanted to check the sincerity of your intentions, so to speak, to arrange a shock therapy for you. But I don't want to shock your parents at all. Let's go home. I'll get myself ready. Yeah, there it is. Checking your body. I thought you had a flat tire from bankruptcy. He smiled. Nell leaned on his cheek. Without a shadow of doubt, I said, I love you, and I will always love you. Thank you for watching to the end. If you like the story, please support me with the thumb up button. All the best.